People often ask me, sometimes after the fact, what kind of power of attorney does a person need who is going to be handling the care of a parent and dealing with the Medicaid program and dealing with the parent's needs after they lose capacity? And the answer is surprising to most people. A lot of people get a power of attorney off the internet. People think, well, this is just a document. I can do it myself. I don't need a lawyer. That may work if you need to do certain things, like maybe help mom pay her bills or maybe sign some things on mom's behalf. But that won't work for long-term care purposes, because some of the things we need to do when we're dealing with a parent who's lost capacity, or an individual who's lost capacity, some of the things we need to do is get them eligible for Medicaid in case they need nursing home at some point in the future, or in case they need Medicaid to pay for home health aides now. For instance, Medicaid does pay for home health aides, but we have to be eligible for Medicaid, which is a means-tested program. So what we often need to do is to remove assets from the parent's name, and maybe we're putting them into a Medicaid asset protection trust to protect them, to get them out of mom's name, so we can get mom under the asset threshold, so we can get Medicaid in place. Maybe we're planning in advance because we think that it's possible that our person might need nursing home at some point in the future, and she no longer has the mental capacity to transfer things herself or to really understand, how to do that or what the purpose of it is. So what we need in a power of attorney for this type of a situation is we need a power of attorney that gives basically unlimited gifting powers. Now, by gifting, what we're not really talking about is giving away all mom's money. And we're not talking about robbing her blind. And we're not talking about self-dealing in the way that we are looking to benefit ourselves at mom's expense. What we're talking about is things like making transfers of her assets into a trust that we set up for her to protect the assets in case she needs Medicaid. That is not something that a standard power of attorney allows. And there are all kinds of good reasons for that, because the law is looking to protect the senior from having somebody rob them, take advantage of them, exploit them. However, when we're dealing with long-term care and some of the stuff that we need to do to help people avoid losing their life savings to the costs of long-term care, we need sometimes to do this kind of, sometimes even self-dealing. Sometimes we need to transfer something from mom to daughter, and daughter's the agent. So when you're thinking in terms of long-term care, the most important thing that you can have, if you do nothing else, the most important thing you can have is a really comprehensive power of attorney. And that's the one place that I would not look to save money and pull something down off the internet, because it will not work. I've never seen a power of attorney that someone pulled off the internet that had the powers that we needed to protect mom's assets once mom couldn't act, or mom, dad, our senior couldn't act on their own behalf.